Hi guys, this is George back here with another video and welcome to another episode here working in World of Adventure in Planet Coaster, where as you can see today I am carrying on with my Mexican themed area that I started in the last episode. So in the last episode I built this Vekoma Mine Train, which is the park's signature family coaster, and it's one of those ones like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train where the trains actually swing as you go around the layout a little bit. So yeah, it just adds a little bit more excitement to the ride there. So today you're going to see all the theming go in for this area. Lots of rock work goes in this episode. I put a lot of rock work around this area and also lots of different buildings around the area as well. Also some more theming around the coaster itself. So the coaster itself is themed to going through all of these different crystal cave that's inside this mountain. So you can see all the terrain work around the coaster, and later on in the episode, you're going to see me go into lots of the different tunnels that the ride goes through and put lots of kind of crystals in there as if you're going through this crystal cave, which is the idea behind this coaster. And the coaster is going to be called Crystal Mine Train. So there we go. That's everything that happens with that in this episode. Here we go. You can see some food and drink units going in just here. Lots of buildings go in this episode. You're really going to see this area kind of change in this episode from just an empty grass field to with a lot of rocks around, like a big mountain, and lots of different Mexican style buildings. So yeah, you're going to see lots of that in this episode. I took a lot of inspiration from the Mexican themed area at Fantasia Land with this area, a theme park that I very much want to visit. I've never been before, however, I definitely plan on it as soon as possible. Hopefully, it'll happen this year. Here we go. You can see this building going in just here. Quite a big building with this one. Of course, most of it is just for show, but then, of course, it does also have those food units in it as well. Yeah, most of the buildings around this area are for show. They don't actually have a purpose. However, there are some other kind of facilities around. There's a staff area that'll be put in soon and a toilet block, which you'll see come in later in the video. Here we go, just working on the roof just here. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, just looking through a few different options, deciding what the best option would be. There we go. In the end, I decided to go with that kind of stone tile looking roof. Just filling in the top there. There we go. Just looking at different details to put around the building now, like a trim, just going around the edge of the building. Just about putting some little details in that make it kind of stand out a bit more. There we go. Just finishing that now. Here we go. So yeah, I was looking at putting a kind of topper on the top of that part of the building. However, then I decided, you know what, no, I won't do that because it wasn't really very central. So I decided I wouldn't do that. Here we go. You can see some more details going onto the side of the building there. There we go, just going all around the side of the building with those, because of course you are going to be able to see this building pretty much from every angle, because of course you walk right past the side of it, and then the front is where you'll be able to collect the food, and then the back of it you'll be able to see on the coaster. So I wanted to make sure that there was something to see on every side of the building rather than just leaving the back of it blank. Yeah, you'll see lots of different buildings coming in this episode. Here we go, just finding some different windows now, just seeing which one I like the look of. In the end, I go with these ones. Making sure everything's lined up there before placing it. Here we go, looking for some lighting now to put on the building. Yeah, I like the look of these lights. These are the ones that I use quite a lot. And there we go. So as I was saying earlier about making sure there's details on all sides of the buildings, you can see I'm putting in some windows just here now, over at the side, and then also at the back just here, and then I'll make my way to the other side shortly. There we go, just finishing that off now. Yeah, lots of work in this episode. I didn't include all of the footage because, of course, uh, a lot of different buildings going in. It's kind of just the same thing over and over again. And I spent a long time on the rock work for this area as well. In this episode, to see the final product, you're looking at probably about maybe 4 hours worth of work. The rocks took a while, especially when it's not the most exciting thing to be doing. So you kind of place a few down and then you go and take a break and come back to it. Like this was filmed over probably about 3 weeks. Obviously, I've been going to the theme parks in real life as well. That's always the priority. It's like now that summer's coming, the theme parks are open, the weather's starting to get a bit nicer. I don't want to be stuck inside playing Planet Coaster. I want to be going and experiencing the real theme parks. So much to look forward to this year. Of course, not very long ago, we had Minifigure Speedway open at Legoland. That was fantastic. I was there on the opening day. Nemesis Reborn, I was there on the opening day for that. We've got Hyperia coming up in a couple weeks. There is so much to look forward to. Here we go. So you can see just working on another kind of set of buildings that are like different buildings that are all kind of connected together. This is where I started really taking inspiration from Phantasialand's Mexican area, because they have lots of different buildings with different colors that are quite brightly colored and kind of all next to each other. And you'll see that I end up doing a couple of buildings like this. Another one will be coming up later that I'm actually really happy with, like very brightly colored, and I think it really, you can really tell that I was taking inspiration from Phantasialand's area with that one. So yeah, you'll see that coming up later. And gradually, you'll start to see more rocks appearing as well, because what I tended to do is I'd build one of the buildings, and then I'd go back and do some of the rocks, and then I'd build the next building, and then put some more of the rocks in, and then go back to another building, and kind of keep switching it up. Just because, yeah, I was getting a bit bored of constantly placing rocks everywhere. It's not the most exciting thing to be doing in the game. Yeah, you'll gradually see this area just gradually getting a bit more filled up with rocks. Here we go, all the windows going in just here, using a similar style of windows to the other one. However, not exactly the same, they're a bit different, and you can see some kind of balconies just going on there. There we go, getting some kind of wooden struts there, just to put around the building, bit more detail. Some flowers around here as well, just on the side. Yeah, I was looking at using those flower lights, but then I thought, you know what, I feel like they look a bit more kind of fantasy, and I didn't really want that. There we go, looking at different kind of window coverings. Just here, a few more details. In the end, I went with these ones that aren't really a window covering, they're just a little bit more detail, really, like an arch around the window, which I think looks quite good. There we go, working on some lighting just here as well. Lowering those ones a bit. Yeah, they weren't really in line with the other windows, so just making sure they were there. Here we go, using a different style of window for this building just here. Yeah, all of the buildings are slightly different to each other, like different colors, different windows, just different styles, which I think looks quite good. Similar to how it is in Mexico. You go to different places in Mexico, and there will be you go through different streets with lots of different coloured buildings with slightly different styles to them. There we go, just changing the colour of that one there to make it fit in a bit more. Of course, how it was originally was how I designed a lot of the buildings for the Africa area, so I didn't want it to be the same. I wanted each area to be different. Obviously, this is a very different place, a separate themed area. More windows just going in there. And here we go, I was just looking at different kind of details to put on the side of the building here. However, yeah, didn't really find anything that fit with it. Here we go, you can see some more rocks going in just here as well now around the coaster. Yeah, this was really tedious. It took a while doing all these rocks. But yeah, you won't see it all, luckily. It's not the most exciting thing to watch, and it definitely isn't the most exciting thing to be doing in the game. But it does look good, so it was worth it. Yeah, it did take a while, this. Probably about maybe 2 hours was spent on the rocks, and then about 2 hours on everything else around this area. That's like the buildings, the pathways, infrastructure, lighting. But yeah, I'm happy with the finished result. I think you can tell I got inspiration from Phantasialand's Mexican area as well, definitely. It's very similar to this with all the rocks around and lots of different buildings with different colours and just the look of it. Of course, instead of a log flume here, though, we've got a swinging mine train. Here we go, so you can see some of those crystals going in now that I was talking about earlier. So for now, they are just all the same colour. I do go back and change the colours of those, so they're not all the same colour. Here we go. So yeah, just you're going through this mountain that has a crystal cave inside it. That's the idea. with this roller coaster. There we go, just kind of scattering those around. Here we go, you can see more of the rocks have been done since the last clip you saw of me doing them as well. So yeah, you'll just pretty much in every single clip, there'll gradually be more of the area covered with rocks. There we go, that one's nearly done there. In fact, I think that might have been pretty much the last one. Yeah, I do put more in the station just here. However, I come back to that later. And here we go. This is now the area complete. Of course, a lot of work has happened since that last clip. You can see more buildings are in, the rock work is done. The station is now done as well with all the crystals everywhere. And I'm now about to show you a POV of the Crystal Mine Train. Here we go. They're the other buildings that I was talking about, just over there to the left. I think I kind of zoom into that. There you go. You can see those. Yeah, I'm really happy with the look of those. And there we go. This is Mexico complete. And here is a POV of the Crystal Mine Train. So that is now the end of this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.